And welcome back to the Ales and Fails Twitch stream. I'm your host, Alewolf, otherwise known as Ales, Gentleman Streamer, Beer Goggles 21, Mama Ales, Baby Boy. And welcome back to Thursday night. At least it is Thursday in my small corner of the world. Hopefully you've enjoyed yourself. Hopefully you're ready to wrap things up, get cozy, as they say. Maybe lurk and sleep. sleep and lurk. Certainly hope you're not operating heavy machinery is all as I'm saying. Because indeed it has been a tough week. There's been a lot of things going on, so I'm sure in your life, in the life of Ailes as well. Life is never easy, folks. Life never gets easy, but it is these brief moments of respite that make it all worthwhile. Please be sure of that. And so tonight I'll be going back to the world of Hades. I've got about 70 or so escape attempts, and I've failed them all. I've made it to Hades a couple of times, but you know what? We can always do better. We can always try harder. Other than that, I'm gonna say, yeah, I've got a good feeling about this one. I've got my full senses. I did the stream earlier, which means that I've already had a few drinks in me. But you know when you get to that certain level where there's some fair level of alcohol in your body, but you're kind of just swimming through it. You're just like, you feel good. You feel like capable. It might be misplaced confidence, but not this time. Not the 1,278th time. I think we're gonna do it this time. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into business, and by that, I mean talk about what's on tap tonight. So this right here, folks, it's a Paulaner Hefeweizen, and a Hefeweizen, this particular one is a Munich wheat beer. Well, you might be asking yourself, what exactly is this wheat beer you're talking about, Ailes? As I know, I went to school and they told me beer was made of barley, and you must be talking nonsense. Get out of here. And to that I say, wait, my friend, hold on. Just you wait right there. Beer is made from more than barley. Sometimes it's made of barley, obviously. Sometimes it's made of wheat. You can make beer out of rye. You can use oatmeal to make beer. There's other varieties. They're made of rice. Of course, rice is good, and rice is very popular in Asian countries. And it also makes very good gluten-free beer. And speaking of gluten-free beer, millet is also used to make gluten-free beer. And that one is actually a grain that's very interesting. It's actually what you generally see associated with like parakeet food. And it doesn't, it's not, I'll say make up your own mind on that. Anyways, the point is you can make beer out of wheat. And it's actually one of the more common grains that's been used. Generally, when you're talking about a wheat beer, you're suggesting that it's a beer mostly made of wheat. It doesn't necessarily mean that the whole thing was made using wheat grains. The other thing that you should know is that the two traditional places that made wheat beer were both Germany and Belgium. Paulaner itself is actually one of the 6 oldest breweries in Munich, and Munich being the place where they hold the Oktoberfest beer festival. So it's got a great history. Germany, as you might recall, has that law called Reinheitsgebot, which suggests that you can only make beer using 4 ingredients: grains, yeast, water, and hops. You're only allowed to use those 4, and if you use anything beyond that, any adjunct, I guess you go to jail. I don't know. I don't even know if that law still is upheld. The point being, though, that because Germany upheld these laws for hundreds of years, they very much refined their craft. They refined their grains. They got their hops to the point where they were essentially perfect. And so if you go drink a traditional German beer, even if it is just a standard Pilsner, it is going to always be a delight, just because it's got years and decades and centuries of just honing in on that perfect taste. And their wheat beers are no different than that. I would say that while we're still talking about the dichotomy between wheat beers of Germany and Belgium, well, Belgium decided to, play fast and loose and be experimental, have more spices. Their wheat beers are a little more citrusy, I find, whereas German wheat beers are more bready, and specifically banana bready. And so they also just taste like cloves in it. They're very delicious. they're essentially like having a bakery in your mouth, to be perfectly honest with you. And of course, Paul Anner is no different than that. But enough of my nonsense. Let's see what Untapped has to say on this particular issue. And of course, longtime fans of the stream know that Paul Anner is not necessarily something that's unfamiliar to them. So let's go ahead and see. And of course, at least in my Aelwolf account, I've had it at least 6 times. So 6 times you've had to painstakingly hear me say this stuff. The number 1 Hefeweizen beer in Germany and one of the world's favorites. Naturally cloudy and shining silky gold in the glass under a really strong head of foam. At the first mouthful, this Weiss beer, classic, has a mild aroma of banana. Finer palates detect a trace of mango and pineapple, and the balance between sweet and bitter. Beer connoisseurs appreciate the fine note of yeast and the mild but sparkling mix of aromas. It is a typical beer garden beer, which brings people together all over the world. So, nice description there. Very comprehensive. Let's go back to intermission. Yeah, so I guess the only thing I failed to say while I was talking about wheat beers is the fact that they're generally unfiltered, which means that following the fermentation process, they may not necessarily get filtered, which suggests that they don't any residues from like yeast or what have you don't actually get taken out, which gives the beer a very hazy like appearance. They're not transparent, they're translucent. Let's go ahead and open this noble gentleman. And let's pour this one in my Pilsnerish glass, which I've more or less been using all day. And that was a pretty poor pour, simply because I've got a giant head on me. And no, I'm not talking about the one on my body. But yeah, that's a huge head. But at the very least, you can appreciate how thick it is. It's got this orange glow to it, but it's largely opaque, translucent. You can't actually see through it. It's got some sedimentation on it. In terms of a nose, you can definitely detect banana first, though I would say that it does have very, very slight smell of like mangoes, like fresh mangoes. You can't detect maybe some citrus there, but I wouldn't call it like acid or anything like that. And I'm kind of just buying time here so I can taste it. Fangin Ale. So a very rich flavor, very thorough body. I want to say an outright 3.5 out of 5 in terms of composition. Very rich flavor. Again, really the most prevalent taste you'll have is of banana bread. It's quite compact, and it's actually also just very wholesome. It just rounds out. It's got a very slight sweetness to it. Nothing too overpowering or anything like that. It's just pleasant. But yeah, once it reaches your mouth, it kind of just melts. Like you got this huge thing that's coming there and bathing your entire palate, and then it just sinks and just like simmers, and it like washes the sides of your mouth, and it gives like a slight bitter note, but it's quite fleeting and you can't actually catch it. It's not unpleasant. It kind of just makes you understand that the experience is over and you're ready to have some more. It's actually quite light, despite the fact that it's got a medium-esque body. So Paul Anner, I would 100% recommend it. It's one of my favorite wheat beers. Certainly one of my favorite German beers, period. Certainly the reason why I visited the Paul Anner tent the one time that I went to Germany for Oktoberfest. My lighting doesn't... I don't know that my lighting is ideal here. What happens if Wow, that is light. Let's go back to what it was. Anyways, so I'm going to take a quick break here. I'm going to update my ticker. I'm going to enter my Untapped entry, and I'll posit a question of the night for any viewers that decide to jump into the chat. With that, I'll see you in about 2 minutes or so. Alright, so let's get things started. And there we go. So, for question of the night, I decided to go ahead and pin who's your favorite deity of the Greek pantheon. I think it's a little easy for me. As you can imagine, my favorite is Dionysus, and that's because I'm a hedonist and I also love to drink. So there's that. I'm a very one-dimensional character in this Twitchverse. But tell me yours and tell me why, if you are so inclined. With that, yes, I put my audio on. Every other, oh wait, and of course I didn't turn on my desktop. There it goes. So let's go ahead and get a move on. So I'm in the middle, it looks like I'm in the middle of an escape attempt. 81st escape attempt, so not even in the 70s anymore. And last time I played was March 31st. It's been a couple of weeks since then. 2:38 in the morning, imagine that. No doubt was I in a dastardly state.
Megara seems to be having difficulties.
Okay, so right before Tartarus. Let's see what I had on me. Okay. So I've got a Frost Strike. Generally the gifts given by what's her name? Demeter are actually quite good in terms of frost. Attack is stronger and inflicts chill. So, and it's an epic one, so that's good. Tempest Flourish. Your special deals more damage and knocks foes away. And I think this is also from Demeter, but I'm not 100% sure. Of course, I've got Artemis's Aid, which allows me to call on her. And then I've got the Skull Earring. It looks like I've 100%ed it. Deal 40% damage while at least 35% or less. Looks like I've completed it actually, so I might just be taking it off. Then the aspect of Chaos, of course, which is generally what I have in this run. After you bull rush, your next special throws multiple shields, and I get to throw 2 more shields. Ferocious Guard. After blocking a foe, gain 20% damage and move speed for 10 seconds. So as long as I block people. And then Dash Strike is 57% more damage. Your God Gauge charges up automatically, which is nice. Okay, so not a bad lot, I want to say. Aspect of Chaos, of course. Dark Regeneration, Death Defiance. Looks like all of my... No, I've lost 1 Death Defiance, so... Which is not necessarily great, given I've only ran through 1 world, but... You know what, beggars can't be choosers. Alright, and let's see.
Which one?
So... What should I go for next? The Chthonic Coin Purse. Receive 100 to spend as you please, once per escape attempt. So this will just give me more coins. Which is not bad, but I don't know that I need it. I might just use it to rank it up. Broken Spear Point. After taking damage, become impervious to damage for 1.5 seconds. And it refreshes after 10 seconds. This one's from Eurydice. In the final encounter, you take 0 damage for the first 5 times the foes hit you. And the Shattered Shackle. I don't know why I would ever wear this, to be perfectly honest with you. Attack special and cast each deal 50% damage while not empowered by a boon. It might only ever be useful like during the first 2 or 3 rooms of a run. And welcome back, friend of the stream, Inigo. I guess you suspected I was going to say that. That's very good. You've read me like a book. And how are you doing this fine evening, fine Thursday evening? I'm doing alright. Just settling in and trying to figure out where I was last in Hades. How about yourself? Let's see. Adamant Arrowhead. And of course, I could just start wielding these Chthonic God-specific ones. Really, the only one I've powered up is the one for Chaos. Let's go with the Chthonic Coin Purse. It's not necessarily going to do anything for me. You know what? I don't like it. Let's go with Artemis.
Should help.
I'm good, chilling. Glad to see you're on. Were you playing earlier today? Yeah, actually, I was playing Radical Dreamers, which you might have seen me do before. It's like this text-heavy adventure, and it is the middle game between Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross. That was I want to say 8 hours ago or something like that. It was an okay stream, nothing too crazy. You didn't miss much, let's say that. Let's see, passive. Restore 10% when I... How much coin do I have? My water bottle's blocking everything over here. Okay, so your life is 150 out of 150. So not too bad. I think I recall that right after I died was when I defeated the boss, which is why I'm actually at 100% health. We did all for an express trip back. And 22%, 22 darknesses. Ensure a chaos gate will spawn ahead where possible. I don't think I need any of these, to be perfectly honest with you. And do we need to sell anything? No, I think we're set. Let's just test this. Oh, so actually this is a water. This is from Uncle Poseidon, I think. Alright, let's keep going.
I'll just go on up.
Like I said, let's be serious. Let's get down to business. Like that general from Mulan said.
This heat.
Asphodel, never really one of my favorite locations, simply because the floor is lava. It's very difficult to avoid not just simply walking on lava the entire time where I'm facing foes. I guess facing foes at a distance does have a certain advantage to that, but it doesn't happen necessarily often. And there you go. Who's next? Oh, come on, guys. And it really is the sort of thing that in this game you can't really not move. It's a little frustrating.
Sure.
I think the playstyle that I've generally adopted in most games is like methodical and picking your spots, but this game certainly doesn't necessarily honor that all the time unless you're incredibly powerful. Alright, by the way, never done taxes, and I got an email by Coinbase, a crypto app, telling me to file. Went to a tax pro, told me there nothing to file because I didn't gain or loss, and $3 of a gift isn't anything the IRS cares about. But I was nervous because I don't know how to deal with all of it. You know, the first few times that I did taxes, first of all, my dad used to do them for me, and then I left home, of course. Then I had to start learning how to do them. The first few times I did them by myself, and it was okay. But then things got complicated, and then I started going to H&R Block, and they were okay for a while. Anyways, I don't care for them. I think that taxes and doing taxes is needlessly complex, and I feel like if you like make a mistake with it, I don't know that we are ever like properly prepared for like filing taxes properly, and things like you know, cryptocurrency and things like that. Even like stocks, if you have them, you're supposed to like document it, but again, if you don't earn anything, then nobody cares if you didn't do it right. And I know that because at least when I used to handle my taxes on my own, like my bank would send me a statement suggesting that from my savings account, I've earned like what, $3 this year. So it would be the sort of thing where, do I file this? Do I not? Nobody's gonna care anyways. I sold my Ethereum coin like 4 days ago, broke even when I first bought like 10 months. Kid you not, today in 3 days it jumped to 2,000. It's at 2,100. So weird. Guess gambling ain't for me. Hey, sometimes you win them, sometimes you don't, right? But sorry to hear that. It's very difficult to predict these things, from my understanding, which is why I keep out of that game. That's not a game that Ails is willing to play. And Ails does play very dangerous games. Too much fire everywhere. just burning itself? Oh, okay. Well, not too bad. I wish that I could have done that a little, with a little less damage.
Slow day so far there, boss. Well, all that's about to change. You got my guarantee.
Hermes, always the quick one. Let's see. So after you dash, briefly become sturdy and move 100% faster. That was always good. You can dash more times in a row. Actually, this one is very decent. And each time you enter a chamber, gain some wealth. I'm gonna say let's go with one more dash.
Time to pick up the pace.
Let's see. It's definitely meant to stress you out. Play with your head. I did for my dad because he said make easy money like that. I told him I didn't want to do it from the start, but it didn't hurt to try. I did gain perspective from it. Yeah, I guess it's a good lesson to learn. What is it? I know that what is it? A member of my SO's family definitely like looks into stocks, and like she's done it for quite some time, and not that she's rich or anything like that, but she at least has never lost huge amounts of money. And I know that it's different when you're talking about like stocks and things like that, but it does take good knowledge of the system and good breadth of like the varying markets, the conflicting markets, to like begin to understand when to hold them or when to fold them, as they say. Which is why I will never jump into that. Not unless for some reason I had obscene amounts of money, and then
Can catch my breath.
and then I don't know why I would even buy stocks. I would just live my life. Alright, and we're back in Eurydice's chamber. Hello, hello.
What'd he say, hun? I mean, about the song. Bet he loved it, didn't he? But I don't know for sure, and I've been wondering. Kind of a lot, I guess.
Well, tell me about it.
No need to wonder any longer. He sings it beautifully around the house sometimes. It has a sadder sound to it than when you sing, but you've inspired him again, as you've done many times before, from what I know.
Yeah, brought some life back into what's his name? It's not Mephisto. For some reason I'm thinking Mephisto.
Huh, so it's a hit is what you're saying then. I had a feeling about that one. Sometimes you put some words together, and right then and there you know you've got something special.
Alright, and so we can pick one of 3 gifts. Ailes, I gotta tell you a quick story, but I want your thoughts and advice. Maybe you've gone through similar. Again, you're welcome to drop anything on chat in IGO. I can only say what I think, as you know. The voice acting is oddly cool. Yeah, actually, this is one of the games where I feel like the voice acting is actually quite polished. They pick the right actors. Nobody, even though this is supposed to be a Greek setting, nobody is like speaking in one specific way. It's actually quite tailored to the characters that they're trying to portray. It's very very pleasing. Certainly better than any voice acting I've ever done. Voice acting, loved by the gods. Okay, up to 2 random boons of yours are upgraded. Up to 4 random boons of yours gain a +1 level. And then of course a rare nectar. Next 3 boons you find have upgraded rarity. Honestly, there's no bad choices here. Let's be basic and go with Ambrosia Delight.
All yours.
Quick Favor and Tempest Flourish. So let's see what happened here. Quick Favor. So God Gauge activates faster. And Tempest Flourish went up to Heroic. Your special deals more damage and knocks foes away. Great, so I've got to launch my shield a lot more. Let's mosey. And it seems like it's a mid-boss room.
Until next time.
Take care.
Oh, the witch is 5. Witches are tough. What am I doing in this corner? Wow.
Never.
Pain. Okay, one more. Okay.
Bye now, ladies.
Well, that was a life wasted.
Hear me on my authority.
Okay, so this replaces Frost Strike. Your attack is stronger with 15% chance to deal critical damage, but it replaces Frost Strike, which I don't really want to lose. And Dash Strike deals more damage, which is always a plus 70%. And after you deal critical damage to a foe, for near it is marked. Let's go with just the Dash Strike. Again, I should really recover some health at some point here. So I went to a concert yesterday, Little Sims. It was good, surprised how the crowd knew the lyrics. She's lyrical, and I met this girl, and it was kind of meant to be. Thought about what you said when two people meet. It's rare in itself. Oh well, I'm glad that you made a connection. It's very interesting when there are certainly certain situations that kind of just put yourself, set you up to meet people, right? Like if you ever go to school or whatever, and you're in the same classroom, and there's a very good chance that you're going to talk to most people in that classroom throughout the year at some point, because you're paired up in projects. But in things like a concert or it's just like a large congregation of people, and somehow, some way, a person who has a certain kinship or certain that you can certain self-reflection, that you see a part of yourself in them or vice versa, and it is so unique and so rare and so chance based. It is incredibly I don't know, it feels like there is more meaning to that, almost again as if it was meant to be, as if you were meant to make that connection, and of course it's beautiful. Let's see. I approached a little surprised how cool I came off, but I'm riding on confidence right now, and I led the convo, was trying the pull and go away method. It didn't work as well. She was pretty chill, minding her business, was reading her, didn't seem like she had anything against me. I was fine, but by the end of the concert, asked for her IG. Okay, well, it's sometimes it's a bit of a game of a cat and mouse. And I'm trying to see if there's any fish or perhaps any vases I've missed here. Okay, I think we're clear. Let's go for that Palm of Power. Should drink more water here, folks. Okay.
Now let's be reasonable now.
I like how I just ate the bomb for no reason. Why did I just stand there? Jeez. My reflexes are piss poor tonight. I Earlier I thought I was at 100%.
Is
Alright.
that really necessary?
Absolutely
Power
not.
of Olympus.
Okay. So of course we could power up our Frost Strike, which is nice. Special deals more damage. I think at this point let's go with a Frost Strike. Can I gain more darkness? No, no point in that. That's a mid-boss. If I gain darkness, I should be able to gain more life. Because darkness is life, of course. Okay, so nothing really worth of note. Let's go ahead. Let's try and play carefully. What are the chances of that old ale wolf being careful?
Get me out of here.
Is it me or am I just constantly facing mad bombers? It's wild. The entirety of Asphodel has become mad bombers. Wow, again. Oh, more. Where are these fireballs coming from? Whoa. That is all she wrote, huh?
Won't go back.
Painful. Painful, I say.
Right.
Okay. Well, let's put our best foot forward, as they say. Keep a stiff upper lip. I don't exactly know what that means. I think that's a saying in Great Britain. Or is that lay back and think of the Queen? No, I think that's a different situation. Okay. Let's keep a move on here. And so either Charon Shop or the heart of a Hephaestus. Sorry, not the heart of a centaur. I don't know that I really have anything worthwhile to purchase. Not with 200 coins. Best case scenario, it might simply give me a boon of some sort. And I don't necessarily know that any boon is really going to help me here. Let's go with the heart. I'm sure that after it, we've got the Bone Hydra head. Bone Hydra. That was more of a short shot than anything else. Why me? Why do I exist? Excellent. Let's move on into the darkness. Face old Boney.
Lenny, if you'd like for me to kill you, hiss.
Oh great, I threw the shield. Save the call for when the others come from. There we go. Down one. Down it goes. This thing is such a
Attack me, heads.
let's go.
They are as good as dead.
Oh, beautiful. Ever the reliable one, Artemis. Come on, guys, let's get it.
Oh no!
Boom. My body exploded. Alright, let's see. So, In I Go says, then I DM'd to go to another event. She said, yeah.
Lenny, why?
Then we try to go for movie night, and she's down to hang out at my spot. Her home is like 30 minutes away, and where she's staying is a dorm. It's like 1:15 away. I asked if she plans on going home anytime soon, so it's easier and less costly, and she said not anytime soon. Because I don't want to come across as too desperate, willing to pay $80 Uber for her to get here, she said we can definitely plan something. Maybe bringing this back up next week when I have a bit less going on. And I said, of course we will, promise. And she hearted the message. No, that's I feel like that's as good as you're gonna get out of the situation, right? It's not like either of you chose to be this far away from one another. But it is neat that at the very least you can both communicate. Well, clearly this is not an ideal situation, but we definitely still want to hang out because you are able to see some potential in the opportunity to talk with one another and spend time together. So under any lesser circumstance, I'm sure it would have been a sort of thing where both of you would have said goodbye. But it's nifty to see at the very least that both of you guys are just like, you know what, let's try and make this work because it seems like it may have some legs here. So I'm very happy for you. I'm very happy for her. It sounds like at the very least there's some good opportunity there to make things work and maybe continue exploring the connection between you guys. Very very happy for you, and I go. Let's see, where are we here?
What? Oh! Ha! Ooh, wow, you made it all the way to Asphodel that time. That's pretty neat. Still died and everything, but not as quickly as you used to, so that's progress, right?
I don't understand why they put Hypnos here. He's always so blunt with his commentary.
I guess so.
No gift for you, Hypnos. Not today.
Back again.
Let's see. I used that emoji because we shook hands and she blushed. I'm thinking of asking her next week to come over, and I'm willing to pay the Uber from her dorm. I think she's attracted to me, but I theorize she's like messing around exclusive with some others who she gravitates towards, which I ain't hating, that's just reality. What do you think? How can I ask her out the right way? Thank you, man, that genuinely made me smile. Well, I'm glad. I mean, like I said, you can only put so much of yourself out there, right? And it's good that you're not necessarily going like guns a blazing or anything like that. Just by using that emoji, it shows that it's more of a let's kind of make this deal. Let's kind of try and explore what we can do together here. So like I said, it's very respectable. I think it was a fine way to try and execute. I certainly cannot speak to how she might be seeing you or seeing other people in terms of exclusivity or things like that. But you probably have more experience in this realm than I do. How can you ask her out the right way, though? I mean, I think that the approach that you are adopting right now is seems like it's very dependable, and like I said, if she's continuing to willing to talk with you, I don't see why in a few days or so you can certainly put out the plan. Hey, this is what we can do here, and as if you're suggesting pay for an Uber for her, and if she seems to agree, then I think that would be all the better. Like I said, this is a little bit out of Aile's experience. I haven't been in the game for a while, as you might recall, but like I said, I think your approach sounds very effective, and like I said, she sounds very responsive, and I really hope it works out, man. Yeah.
You're here to stay, boy.
Man, I can't
All of
imagine
us are.
what it would be like if I did actually have to go back out there. Now that would be an issue. Alright, let's pet the old boy.
The vicious three-faced guardhound of the
Well,
gates of death
I
barks out
appreciate
a
it.
villainy.
I am honestly being as how do you say, I wear my heart on my non-existent sleeve, so what you see is what you get. But I appreciate the comment, Inigo. All right, let's pet him for good luck. That's how that works,
Hey,
right?
boy. Just as long as one of your three heads enjoys these pets.
Always a fine friend, loyal friend. No Than this evening. But
Do you miss it yourself, Lord Achilles, sir?
Orpheus, and I was saying
The freshness
Mephisto.
of the air, the need to have meals several times a day and such.
I scarce remember it, my friend. Although your songs do stir up memories sometimes. I'm used to things the way they are, I think. But you, not so much?
I always appreciate the way Achilles approaches advice. Where you can certainly sense a timbre of like understanding whenever he says anything. Wish I could talk like that.
Oh, on the contrary, sir. I am profoundly satisfied. We are most fortunate to have employment even after death. Imagine merely resting for eternity when you could work.
Please give me the
Now that
rest.
you mention it, I can't.
I can.
Alright, shall we renovate?
That's a lot of gemstones.
Update the codex with a handy list of boons for each Olympian. Wow, I'm, what, 4 gemstones away from that. Contractor's desk. More new jobs. I've only got 1 diamond. And of course all of these have already been built. So I'm not really gonna buy any of these because they're simply house decor. But again, it is the sort of thing that the more house decor you buy, the more jobs will eventually show up. As well as house repair, get rid of huge clumps of fur. Cosmetic improvements. Again, nothing wrong with fixing up the old place, but as long as I can buy useful things, I'm not gonna buy non-useful things.
No time to rest.
Of course not. Megs.
You've been through hell more times than you can count by now, haven't you, Zig? You getting used to it? No wonder that you're friends with Sisyphus.
Why must she be so mean to old Sisyphus? He's just a nice, lovable lump.
I'm getting used to it, all right. Keep going, for as many chances as it takes. I look forward to our next appointment out there.
I don't, but...
Appointment, indeed. Don't keep me waiting. For all your toil, I'm sure you're not even close.
We'll see.
Hey, welcome back to the stream,
This is not here.
Rio de Lobos. How are you doing tonight? On this fine Thursday/Friday evening. Just found out you were streaming. Oh yeah, well, I'm glad you, I don't even know how most people get notifications of people streaming. I guess sometimes when I'm Twitch, I do see on the corner of my screen when one of the streamers I follow goes on. But other than that, maybe like Twitter tells me if people are on stream. Let's see if I can upgrade anything
Wretched
here.
broker, what's new, my friend?
And I want my Titan's Bloods, but I can't really get those just yet. I need to trade up so many things. In order to get a diamond, I need 10 nectars, and it's gonna be a while. I'm good. It's Friday for me. Well, I'm glad it's the end of the week. Hopefully it hasn't been too challenging of a week. Hopefully you made some good accomplishments. Maybe put a dent on some heavy assignments. Maybe just want to wrap things up and relax, you know? I guess most people are talking about that Legend of Zelda, what is it, Tears of the Kingdom new trailer. I did see it. It was quite pleasant. They showed a few more new screens. I don't know that they revealed any particular like amazing mechanics or anything like that, but
through any
it was
setback,
delightful.
you are always welcome here with me, dear child.
Catching up.
Not very nice, Nix. Okay. I get stream notifications from Twitch for you. Well, I'm glad to hear. I'm glad to hear that somebody pays attention to those. I'm sure that most people ignore them, and that's okay. You know what? It's within their right. Let them do whatever makes them happiest. And so, okay, so I composed my message. Let me send it out. Tell me if it's fine. Be hypercritical if you need to. I want to be my best self. Things will connect in my head by your words. Like I said, I'll let you know what I think. I'm not a professional when it comes to the courting through texting, but sure, give it a shot if you're so willing. That is. Let's see. Earlier I was watching another stream and it was fun. Oh, good. Oh, I prepaid for the game and amiibo. That's awesome. I actually haven't seen the amiibos for Tears of the Kingdom, but I'm sure they're quite iconic. Like in full with a GameStop gift card I earned via the surveys. Awesome. Well, I guess you're set for May. Hopefully you cleared your calendar, as I say. So Faded Persuasion, really randomly altered. No, we're not doing that. Come on. Family favorite. I always check these out just in case there's anything good about them. So we got the Boiling Blood, we got Infernal Soul. How do I change these again? Abyssal Blood. Deep Pockets, Thick Skin. What was I trying to get here anyways? Faded Authority. Randomly altered the reward. I don't think either of these are very good. God's Legacy. Raise your chance for a boon to be legendary or duo. +1 per rank. I think maybe this is what we wanted. It's the other side. Raise your chance for +2 per rank. Let's keep that there. Got a 3%. Okay, 20% to be epic. Let's keep that there. Let's see. Hey, are you free within the next 3 days? I can get an Uber from, I assume, Irvine College to my place, and we can watch those movies and cuddle. Snacks and DoorDash on me too. I mean, that seems perfectly, like a perfectly objective, very direct. You're simply describing the situation. You're not necessarily laying any particular expectations or anything like that. You're simply speaking your mind. It doesn't sound like aggressive or anything like that. I can't say that I would disagree with that. It seems, you know, at the very least, you're being very forward. And I'm sure a lot of people can appreciate that. You're also not writing like a whole essay, and I know some people, at least back in my time, some people were very verbose with their messages, and I thought that kind of just made things cloudy, if anything. So I mean, I think that's pretty solid, and that's my 2 cents, my 2 very rusty cents right there. Let's see. Yeah, so let's keep God's Pride there until we can actually get the other God's Legacy to like at least 5%, I feel. And Dark Regeneration. What were we doing with this? Restore some of your hearts when you collect darkness. Yeah, so that one's still good. Boiling Blood or Abyssal Blood. Reduce move speed. What is Privilege Status? Deal bonus damage to foes afflicted by 2 status effects. Deal bonus damage for each Olympian whose boons you have 2.5% per rank. Yeah, let's keep it there. What don't I have max of? So press A. Okay. Dark Regeneration. Death Defiance is +3. Stubborn Defiance. Yeah, that's not going away. Greater Reflex, 1 additional dash. Ruthless Reflex. 50% damage and dodge for a chance of 2 seconds. That one is crazy. No. This is fine. Deep Pockets or Golden Touch. Thick Skin. Dark Foresight. Let's keep that. And like I said, let's keep that. Okay, we're not gonna.
See you, mirror.
I don't think we're gonna make great headway with the mirror. Is there anything in now? Generally, there's an exclamation mark whenever there's something new to check out here. Ah, okay, thank you. Because I thought it sounded a little desperate. But for sure, short, simple, and sweet is better than those overdoing paragraphs. Shows lack of experience. Yeah, and like I said, it sounds like you and this other individual are only starting things out. So I feel like whenever you want to express something more meaningful, it generally means that you spend more time with that person, and you want to elaborate on your feelings and expectations or desires. At this point, at least from what you're suggesting to me, you've only had like this one meeting, so keeping it short and sweet is not, it at the very least, I would think that it makes you sound like, hey, this is what I'm thinking. Do you want to do it or do you not want to do it, sort of thing. We're keeping the shield of chaos with the aspect of chaos. And let's keep the adamant arrowhead. I agree. Well, I'm glad you agree. And like I said, let me not be your only proofreader. I'm sure you've got other good friends to talk about this stuff with. Or not, or maybe, you're just confident with yourself. That's also good. Sometimes you don't need that many cooks in the kitchen, as they say. I think Gordon Ramsay said that once. And it's the armor of Daedalus. Your special can strike up to 4 additional foes before returning. That's always good. Bull Rush instead fires a piercing shot. That one could be good. After your special hits, your next 2 attacks deal 80% more damage. That one's gonna make my special just go for longer, which is not necessarily the best thing. This one could be good though. Let's see, if Ails didn't have an SO, he would be balling and playing hearts right now. You really are a player. That you say that, but like I said,
out of my sight.
I was never. I was very fortunate with the young ladies that ever found me fetching. It was my good fortune to find them. All right, let's see. Have a bit of courage, as they say. Very refreshing. Lord Chaos. Boom. Let's see. You be hitting them with the curveballs, making them question themselves in need of for your validation. Again, very generous thoughts, in I go. Like I said, I've been out of the game for a while. The few times that I've thought, what would my life be like if I was out in the field? It's never been the sort of mental exercise where I've thought, how poorly would I be doing? Rather, I would definitely be out there because, and I know this because I've lived this long, I definitely want companionship. That is not everybody. That is not for everybody. I'm not saying that everybody needs to go out there and find somebody. Some people are perfectly fine on their own, but I specifically know that I kind of just need a better half, and I need somebody to bounce ideas off and somebody to work with. I need a partner. I need somebody to trust in. So as pathetic as it might be for me to, be a late comer into the game under that hypothetical situation, I'd probably do it.
It's my Lady Artemis.
Zacharias, if only you
could turn yourself into a woodland creature and just fly or burrow out of there. My Callisto, she can turn into a bear. You ever seen those? Monstrous, furry things. Quite huggable, if they don't kill you first.
I've seen enough of them in Elden Ring. Alright, so that your attack is stronger. That one is good. It's also epic. Cast seeks foes with 10% chance to deal critical damage. And then of course that strike deals more damage. Let's go with the epic.
The dead had better hide.
Boom.
You're nothing.
And it's a chaos gate. Call of Chaos. Let's see. You know, this girl told me, even though I have peace, as you showed to me as well. Sorry, I misread that. You know, this girl told me, even though I have peace, as you show to me as well. She said, I'm not comfortable with myself, even though I'm a lone wolf and I do solo missions, but something about not feeling accomplished or full with someone bothers me. Glad you found that. Indeed, indeed. Would you say you would struggle with your own relationship with yourself and company by yourself before your SO? If I might just say reveal some part of Ael's old history. Like I said, this is my current relationship was not my first, and after I terminated my relationship. My previous relationship, there was definitely a period of time where I was on my own, and I guess it was the sort of thing where I was out on my own. I was out of my family's house. I was I was schooling in a different state, and like I said, I was by myself. And while I thought that the initial breakup was good and healthy for both of us,
Hit me.
Because I was on my own, I was kind of able to see just how ruinous my thoughts became. I was very unhappy. My mind simply went to very dark places at times. And some of that, of course, was because I felt... I kind of just felt alone, and it was very difficult to talk to people. And it was kind of how that relationship left me, but definitely some of that was just who I was, or who I am, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't know that I am happy being by myself. I guess I have thought of myself as a lone wolf as well, but I think time has proven that that is only a state that I can carry forth or execute for very short periods of time. I like people, I like talking to people, I like listening to people. So it's not viable for the long run. And yeah, and then I somehow was fortunate enough to find my current partner, and we hit it off, and I've always been the happier. Not that we haven't had our ups and downs, but I am certainly happier than I was during that period of time. Well, terminated, yeah. So I was trying to be as objective as possible in my statement there. You said dark places. Did you pray for your SO now, or how you think it all came about? No, I didn't necessarily. To be perfectly honest with you, I didn't actually think that I was gonna find anyone, and I wasn't actively like on the prowl or anything to that effect. I do recall there was a period of time where one of my friends was trying to set me up with somebody, but uh, that did not work out. That probably could have worked out, but I I don't know. I was kind of just hesitant to pursue. Um, but yeah, like I said, I think it was more of a chance opportunity. We actually just met through work. Um, I was working at this location, and she kind of started working there as well, and I, I honestly didn't do nothing much more than be my very lame, self-deprecating slash funny self, and somehow she found some value in that, and that's how that worked out. I don't know that, like I said, I did anything special, though. Of course, once I saw that there was some reciprocation, I certainly fell hard. Yeah, I think that's as best as I can put it, I think. Alright, let's see. For the next 4 encounters, each time you use special, get hit for 3. Oh no, that's not good. Oh, that's cute. Yeah, like I said, it's kind of a cheeseball story. It's nothing special or anything like that. I will say though, because we were both working at the same place, and we both had a good relationship with our boss. It was the sort of thing where a lot of people. I think this is general for workplaces where you don't necessarily think it's a good idea to get involved with somebody, because obviously if things go awry, then it becomes a problem for work. And so I want to say for the first 2 months or so, we were quote unquote like hiding the whole thing from everybody, from all of our coworkers and things like that. So there was definitely a bit of a excitement involved in that, youth as they say. But yeah, then eventually we told our boss, and it was okay. It was fine. He kind of just laughed at us. Yeah. For the next 3 encounters, each time you attack, get hit for 4. So that's also bad. You have minus 55% move speed, and afterwards you get more coins. Okay, so these are all awful. So essentially, don't use special. I think that's the best. Actually, this one's good too. So do I avoid attacks or specials? Okay, let's go with this.
A worthy trade-off.
It worked out like Jim and Pam from The Office. Yeah, we did watch The Office at some point later, after we started seeing each other, and I'm sure at some point we made that slight comparison there. Of course, Jim being a handsome man, that was a key difference there. Alright, so don't throw specials. Just when I need my distance attacks. Okay, room number 1 complete. Alright, and your friend and mine, Dionysus. yours.
That'll show you.
Zang, I heard you got to Orpheus. He's got this whole entire ballad now about how you are really me, or maybe it's the other way around. I have no idea. Here.
Cheers, mate. Your special inflicts hangover. That one's always good. Trippy shot. And so that one causes the fastest fog. After party, if your heart is low after encounters, restored to the threshold. Not bad. But I love hangovers.
Strong stuff.
Question. When you thought she was biting, were you trying to then get with her, having more intention, or were not trying as much and still got you two dating? I guess it's a little more complicated than that, as with most of these stories are. To be honest with you, when we first met, she was in a long-distance relationship. So I wasn't even formally trying or anything like that. I was just being my usual self and not necessarily expecting anything from it. But then when I felt that she was interested in me, I was certainly a little bit cautious. But then somehow it got out that she was no longer seeing this person. So there was a point where I was treading carefully. I was like, I don't want to mess with something that's there. It's gonna make things incredibly weird, as much as I like her, of course. But then she told me that, of course, she wasn't seeing this young man anymore. And I thought, well, there has to be a reason why she's telling me this. I mean, there's no point in like announcing it to me unless she thinks that I should pursue. And that is when I pursued. So that's how that goes. That's how that went. Like I said, very exciting times. Very exciting times. Let's go with the Heart of the Centaur. Sure, I'm gonna be happy once I'm able to shoot my special. So many of these blasted skulls. Some more life for our troubles. And so darkness or Charon. I can't imagine we are in the room before the room, so I think either of these two are safe. Could be buying something good though. Maybe we are in the room before the room. Chatty as ever.
Fine day or night to you as well, Charon.
Let's go with Hermes.
Cheers, mate.
After taking damage, quickly dash to recover some hearts you just lost. That one's always good. Each time you enter a chamber, gain some health. Or cast for fire. Let's go with recovery. Boom. You didn't want to make it weird even though you liked her. Look at Ailes trying to be morally right. Not much of that anymore going around. It was definitely me trying not to step over boundaries. And obviously I know that the heart wants what the heart wants. I don't know that I would, if I was in that exact same situation today, that I would have been as restrained as I was back then. Yeah, I think if age has shown me anything, is that it is a lot easier for me to fall prey to acting on my emotions. So yeah, I guess I was a bit more restrained back then. I don't know that I would play that same exact way these days. But yeah, that's just humanity. Oh, who's here? The beast would be unleashed. Maybe, I don't know. Let's just say the world is the more fortunate that Ails is not on the field anymore. Oh, I forgot about that. Nice. I keep getting backstabbed. Okay, who's next? Oh, come on. Nice. All right. Keep forgetting about that. Okay,
The boom I got from Chaos has a new effect.
wonderful. And some gems for our troubles. Maybe it's time to actually do that. Indeed, a very funny outcome. Sure, let's go for the treasure trove.
All right, wretches, get to work.
Why must the trap still be active?
They had their chance.
And how many
Well,
was
that's
that?
better.
24.
All mine.
I'll take it.
Colorful.
Okay, so a fight. Let's go for the fight. Where are we at? Okay. Also, someone recently told me I value more by the way I talk ideology over emotions. I personally think I'm balanced, but for some more leaning towards ideas. But it's certainly good to hold yourself to principles, right? And it's good to have certain ideas and principles before you over emotions. Emotions can be very powerful. They can also be very raw. They can also be. I like to think that sometimes emotions can be executed or put forward more like an axe versus an idea that can be like a very fine, like surgeon's scalpel, if that means anything. So again, emotions are very raw, very animalistic sometimes, and of course very pure. But ideas themselves are a little more refined. They have more shape. They take a little bit longer to cook, but they're certainly more direct. At least that's how I like to think about it. But yeah, like I said, I certainly respect a man of ideas. And if that works for you, then all the more power to you, as I say. The chamber before the chamber. Why must you make me choose between my favorites? Can I give them gifts? I doubt it. Artemis.
Right on the mark.
Dash strike deals more damage. Your critical effects deal even more damage. Let's go with that. Deep. Like an axe. Dio, no.
Zach, I can take a chance to ask anybody, but when it comes to competition here, it's not a laughing matter. Do you understand me, man?
Why must we fight? When we can party together instead.
Don't take it personally, Dionysus. Can't stay mad forever.
I am dying here, folks. Alright, Dio.
I just can't stay mad about you, Zach.
Hey, that's what we're talking about.
I wasn't that mad to begin with. I just thought I'd shake your branches up a bit.
And shake you did. Alright, Dionysus' aid. Ooh, premium vintage. Gain hearts when you pick up. Receive one right now. I don't know that that's gonna work out considering that I rarely get these. But I do want Dionysus on my side. I do need some darkness. This is wild. Haven't even made it to the first boss yet. Let's go with the keys. With the Alicia keys.
Witches.
Favorite Alicia Keys song? That's a tough one considering that I don't follow her work that often. I think that I think I've only ever heard her major hits. Now that I think about it, I know that she does have a mean voice, but let's see what Alicia Keys songs. I honestly haven't thought about her in a long time. And that is unfortunate. Can't say that I've been thinking. Hold on, let's see. Alicia Keys songs. I'm gonna give you the most bland answer right here. Now that I think about it, I guess Girl on Fire was a very solid hit. I haven't thought about that song in the longest time. I guess it's been 10 years. Man, how time flies. Actually, how about yourself? Do you have a favorite Alicia Keys song? And maybe why? Let this not be my last chamber. Oh, nice. Oh.
Could use the rod of fishing there.
There we go. Why did I do that?
Charon's shop.
Pots here. Sorry about that, mate. I guess because I was playing Radical Dreamers, I've got mate in my mind. Let's get some burgers. Or I guess this is a... Somebody told me this was a gyro? I think that's what it is.
Should help keep me going.
For a little while anyways. Alright. Will it be my favorite sister? I brought it up because you said Alicia Keys. Yeah, there was a while that I was doing improv, or I practiced improv, and one of my fortes is to just say random things that connect to other things. Sometimes I tend to do that. You might have caught me doing that at certain times during this stream, but that's too much fun. I was just making a silly joke there. Favorite one. You Don't Know My Name, produced by Kanye West. It's a lovey-dovey song. You know, I don't recognize that one. Like I said, I should probably listen to what Alicia Keys has been doing. And yes, indeed, Rio de Lobos, you were the one that told me it was a gyro. I absolutely remember you. You were specifically the one that pointed that out. And I think it was because I told you that I thought a Palm Power was a pizza. Now that was a hearty conversation.
Electo.
Know something, Red Blood? Try as I might, I still have not forgiven you for beating me last time. Call it a crippling character flaw, I don't know.
Dionysus, give me strength.
Forgiveness can take time, though self-reflection is a healthy step. We're making progress.
First step to all
you think
healing.
We're making progress here? Why, you piece of trash! I'll show you progress. You hurt.
That old fashioned song.
She's powering up.
What the? Just bum rush from behind. Whoa. Damn it indeed. Or as Fox McCloud would say, dang it. I don't know what I saw it as though. Honestly, it just looks like some sort of sandwich with fries. If you would have told me it was a sub, I would have said, I have no disagreements with that. Speaking of which, I don't know that I've had a good sub. anytime recently. Now it's trying, and it's specifically because it's a self-imposed limitation. I've been trying to cut back on bread, not because I've got celiac disease or anything like that, but just because I think bread is delicious, but it is just a lot of sugar, and it's fine. It's like I said, it's delicious, it's cheap, it's great, but I'm trying to eat less of it. So I've been cutting back on things like subs. But then I was trying to think, if I were to actually get a sub, from where would I get it? And the last time I feel like I got a really good sub was probably from Jimmy John's. They really pack their subs with a lot of food. So yeah, maybe I'll get that someday when I return to bread. You don't like sandwiches? Well, that's not even like hamburger sandwiches. I guess hamburgers are sandwiches. Even though I always thought of them as upgraded sandwiches. What about paninis? Paninis are like sandwiches. Should I change this thing?
My keepsakes.
Oh, but it's only 9 encounters to rank this up. I actually want to see what it goes like. And of course there's everything else that gets thrown into the sandwich question, like what is it, are taco sandwiches or something like that. Somebody said that. Somebody decided to be a provocateur and say tacos are sandwiches. And gain a random item. No, I think we can keep it. Burgers or paninis are different. They're warm. Yeah, absolutely. Which is why I mentioned them, because I like them way more than sandwiches in general. Don't care for cold sandwiches, but they do sell things that are like hot sandwiches. I know that meatball sandwiches are hot because they have meatballs in them.
I see you, Tartarus.
So yeah, in terms of like eating healthy, like I've tried to incorporate more salads into my diet, but one thing I absolutely abhor more than the idea of having salads are cold salads. Like I will eat my salads at room temperature, but if they're cold, they're just nasty. I don't care for that. Like I will eat a hot salad, I will put it in the microwave before eating it cold. Now that's insanity. Alright, let's keep moving. We've lost one life, but we've got a good life ahead of us. Let's go home and be a family man. Ooh, nice, I blocked the ball. Clearly, all you need to avoid bomb damage is a giant shield with an eye. Wow, really just ate that in the face.
It's Hermes.
It's a me, Hermes.
Another go up to the surface, boss? I might suggest you be very quick about it, and might give you this.
Ah, friend Hermes. So special is faster, that would be neat. Whenever you are hit, you have a chance to dodge automatically. That is solid, and your God Gauge charges up automatically. Let's go with a random dodge.
Who felt that?
Let's see if there's anything else in this chamber. Zacharias and the Chamber of Secrets. But what is a man but a miserable pile of secrets? Okay, so it's Athena, which is decent. A centaur heart or coin. Maybe let's go see Athena. I don't know that I've favored her boons recently, but I will take her support. The shield of Olympus.
Inferno bombs.
Divide and conquer. Spat for death. Where are you? Where are you?
Come. Right there.
Okay, dodge that one. So let's see, eating some Inca chips. Can't say I've had those. Is that like Inca as related to like the lost civilization of the Incas? No, while listening to you guys talk about romance earlier. Plantain chips from where you're from, Ales. Oh, right. Yes. That I see. That's why you would bring that up. If I remember. Yeah, no, you are absolutely right.
Do not fear your father's cruel legions, cousin. Their lives are long since forfeit, and they cannot stand against one of your birthright, nor against my power.
Let's see. I was cutting down my tabs in my Safari from 78 to 6. LOL, go me. Now that is mighty. I often find, at least whenever I'm at work, I probably have one, and unfortunately the nature of my job is just to respond to like a bunch of different things at the same time. But whenever I have a tab open, it's because of there's something that I have to respond to. And the number of tabs that I have open rarely decreases to less than 8 at a time, unfortunately. And so if I'm closing tabs, I'm accomplishing things, but for better or for worse, by the end of the day, I have like 12 tabs open, and you know what? It's 5:30 in the afternoon. All tabs get closed at the same time. It's not necessarily a relief because that happens every day, and it's like I have to start the day with 12 new things. But that is how I keep track of things. Holy shield. After you take damage foes around you, and briefly deflect. So that might be decent. But this one, reduced damage from traps, 75% damage. That's actually very solid. I like that. I hope you found that amusing. It's that is my sad work life. But at least I've got streaming to look forward to. Alright, so it's either coin or Charon. Let's go for a coin. I don't think I have enough things to buy. Enough money to buy things.
Onward.
Onward and upward. That's Bogey. Oh, it's one of these areas. That was quick. Beautiful. Jeez. What the hell, why don't you? Nice. 100 more
Charon's
coins.
going to want all this.
Didn't realize you could put out those lights. And up to 125 coins. Well, we're at a good health level. Maybe we should do it. Let's just drink up some more of our delicious wheat beer. More of our powerful grains. Let's see where the night leads. You know, earlier today I went to a bar to meet my SO, and naturally there's a few fellas that are just hanging out on their own, having a delicious beer, just looking at their phone or whatever. And I was wondering, if I was by myself, would I just like be able to like go someplace and drink a beer? I don't know that I've ever actually done it. But would I just be able to like go out there and just like hang out and like read a book or like play a game, just like drink a beer? I don't know, but it does sound like pretty cozy, I guess. It's not even the idea of potentially talking to somebody or anything like that. It's just like you're in a place just enjoying a drink, not necessarily at home. Sometimes at home, just like chores and responsibilities call to you. Wow, only 29 coins.
Mine now.
But it might be nifty every once in a while. Wheat beer, indeed. It is Paulaner Hefeweizen, which is a beer traditionally made from wheat. So it is actually quite frothy, if that means anything to you. And yeah, it actually, rather than it actually tasting like wheat, I think it has more of a banana bread taste, if that means anything to you. And Ales does love banana bread. Let's go see Artemis once more. It's quiet.
There's nothing.
Oh no, is this the... I was just thinking that I hadn't been in this ship for a while. Very limited space to actually dodge things. I just hate that. Impervious, are we? Lost and insecure.
In the name of Hades.
Okay, cast seeks foe. I think not. Dash strike could be useful, and then a hunter's mark. Let's go for the hunter dash. Hunter dash. That sounds like a name. Like if my last name was Dash, would I name my kid Hunter? Hunter Dash. I was just completely blocked by whatever that is. Wow. I'm just wasting life. Honestly, if I'm hoping to ever beat this game, I might as well just stop leveling up keepsakes and use something that's powerful. Because this is getting us nowhere fast.
You had it coming. Claiming these.
Do I want to die again? Alright, doesn't seem like anything actually was added here. LOL, even when he's threatening, Zack has such a nice voice. Yeah, he's very charming in the way in which he approaches everything. Even those most of his mortal enemies, I find that he has like a certain cadence in his voice that makes him very appealing. Nothing particularly useful there. Like I said, very good voice acting in this game. So Eurydice, I think we're gonna go with her. Anything else around here? She might actually be able to upgrade 2 of our runes.
I get a break.
And it seems not a moment too soon.
So, how's Orpheus been doing lately anyway? Still keeping his hair in those neat little curls. I guess his tan must have faded by now.
Yeah, I don't think he really has a tan much anymore. Carefree muse. Yeah, I love her too. I like her, the confidence with which she speaks. Very much, and certainly not somebody that displays any sort of suffering, despite the fact that she's stuck in this place.
Curls? Not exactly, no. But he's doing alright. For him. He's started singing again lately, which was a big step. He never used to before. Would go on about how he'd lost his muse.
Would be certainly interesting to see Orpheus with curls.
And now he knows I'm out there still, huh? That's... well, thank you for the update, hon. Music's his gift. Good to know he's not throwing everything away.
So this one's always a difficult challenge. Let's go with Ambrosia Delight. It's never let us down.
Coming right up.
Quick recovery and clean kill. So after taking damage, quickly dash to recover. Nice, it's gone to the heroic level. And then clean kill, critical effects deal even more damage. That's plus 38% more. Very nice. So let's try and be more critical. I'd stay and chill by her hearth and sing along. No doubt that would certainly be a very delightful eternity. What would I do if I was in the world of Hades and, of course, was not trying to get out? Certainly would love to get trained by Achilles, at the very least, and follow his lead. But certainly spending some time with Eurydice would be nice. Alright, let's try not dying.
See you again.
See you.
And the room before the room. Enough to buy a heart. Actually, enough to also buy Artemis's favor. Let's do that.
I'll pay for that.
Okay. True shot. After you deal critical damage, the foil is marked. After you cast or hit with an attack or special, fire a seeking arrow. Let's do that actually. I don't think I've ever gotten that. Oh, nice. It just goes the opposite way, I guess. That's pretty neat.
Not now.
Where did they go? That's funny. Ah, sorry, mate. Okay, let's go and face that Hydra. Whew, okay.
How was the magma
Play
temperature
that
lately,
guitar.
Lenny?
So every time it just shoots an arrow, that's actually quite a neat effect. Let's see how much mileage it tracks. Boom, red right up. Who's next? Like Goldberg would say. I don't think he ever asked him. I think he just proclaimed, you're next. But my attacks are a bit shitty. Okay, let's go. Still interrupted? What's his story? This is actually a really neat skill because I like the fireworks. Here we go.
Positively, man.
Bam, it goes.
Heads down. Good.
Nice, we actually didn't lose a life there. And anything else in this chamber? I always rush out. Don't want to leave a heart container or something like that.
Just as we were finishing cleaning up Elysium.
Well, Elysium, not my favorite of places, but... Okay, so let's choose a different keepsake. 3 encounters. Alright. So all of these at the top are actually quite good. 50 hearts to your life total. That's okay. Minus 30% damage from the front, but take 10% more for the back. So kind of like an honest man's weapon. Deal 20% damage. Striking undamaged foes, also striking foes from behind. That one was decent. 2% more damage each time you clear an encounter without taking damage. That's not gonna work. Bow and hourglass. Items from the Bow of Charon have durations increased by 8 encounters. This I might use next time I start a run. Symphonic coin purse, more coins of course. I should probably rank that up now that I think about it. 40% more damage while at 35% or less. 30% more damage to distant foes. That's from Orpheus. Broken Urns have a 6% chance to contain hard items. And this is essentially one more Death Defiance. Let's see over here. Broken Spear Point. Become impervious to damage for 1.5 seconds. Let's go with decisions. I wonder how distant foes have to be. Let's go with that.
Okay.
And restore 47 hard true right now. Traps deal 500 damage more to foes. I don't think we need any of this, especially if we want to buy better boons moving on. I think I need a break very soon. So, Heart of Hephaestus, Heart of the Centaur, or a Palm of Power. Pomeranian of Power it is. A Pizza of Power, whatever the case. So this little fireworks effect from Artemis does compel me to use the cast. Just because it's another thing that will make it shoot.
That one's regenerating.
Beautiful.
Good enough to eat.
And so special Infelix Hangover. Dash Strike deals more damage. Or Clean Kill. Critical effects deal even more damage. None of them are quite good. I'd say the Drunken Flourish though might be... Maybe Dash Strike. Let's see how much health you have though. I'm at 150. The drink of the stream bar is covering your HP bar. Oh huh. I'm at 114 out of 150. You know, I guess I rarely look at the that corner. Also, I rarely look at my streams. Maybe I should actually look at them and try to improve them. That is something people do. Alright. Either coin or hammer of Daedalus. I generally go for the hammer of Daedalus just to spice things up. Just to spice girls things up.
What a fight.
Ah, these arrow guys. Of course you were there.
More.
Indeed. There's a bowman somewhere. There's a mark. Nice. Alright, Bull Rush charges up faster, which is always useful. Minotaur Rush, which gets a power rush, and that one's always nice. I like that a little bit more. And then your Bull Rush instead fires a piercing shot, which is nifty. I don't know that I stand behind it. Let's see. I'd recommend that. I'm assuming you meant the hammer. I won't lie, I mentally fix it. Whenever I really want to know things like what's your HP. Oh, I see. And Inigo says, I'm on Twitter and gave me the idea. Have you ever had a celebrity crush? Old ales. Let's see, the last time I had a... well, I certainly used to like Gwen Stefani a lot. But I think how to say? I think I actually liked her a lot simply because I really like No Doubt music a lot. And she's also just a beautiful woman. Even right now, she's a beautiful woman. It's like ridiculous how gorgeous she is. Yeah. See, I'm trying to think. In terms of let's see, probably somebody else. What's her name? The actress opposite to Leonardo DiCaprio in Inception, Mal. She's also in the third Batman movie. Oh, this is bugging me. Inception was 2010. That's ridiculous. So Marion Cotillard. Just a beautiful set of eyes. Just very expressive. I really like big eyes on people. I don't know. That's just a thing. And I think she's just a fine actress in general. I think she definitely puts in a good performance regardless of whatever movie she's in. For a while there, I was just looking for movies she starred in, even if they weren't big Hollywood blockbusters. Holic Batgirl was absolutely. It was Bananas. Elliot Page. He transitioned. No, yeah, I know what you're talking about. I wasn't talking about Elliot Page. I was talking about Marion Cotillard. But yeah, you're absolutely right. What's it called? Yes, I was talking about the wife. That's what I was talking about. Not to suggest that Elliot Page is not a very charming individual as well, but certainly not the person that I was thinking about.
Thanks, Daedalus.
What about you guys? Any celebrity crushes? is a topic I wasn't thinking of that we'd ever touch on this stream, but I guess here we are. Let's see. 20% more move speed for 8 encounters. That's pretty solid. 39 hearts. Let's keep... This is only 10 though. Make myself faster. Like that James Marsden movie, Sonic the Hedgehog. Let's go see Patroclus. I was a bit confused, sorry. No, that's perfectly fine. Like, it's a very charming individual as well. I liked Hugh Jackman at one point. No, absolutely. I think I was very drawn to Hugh Jackman, not necessarily for his performance as Wolverine, as compelling as that is, but I certainly liked him in that movie where he starred against Christian Bale, the Magician's movie, and of course now it's probably at the tip of my tongue, but I can't remember what it's called. And he was also in The Greatest Showman, and I really liked The Greatest Showman. Unfortunately, it talks about the history of the start of the circus, and that's kind of a troubled thing in on of itself. But he just has a lovely singing voice. Okay. The actress who played Wonder Woman. Oh yeah, that's Gal Gadot. Yeah, she's also very lovely. I never got into one IMO, not realistic, but recently Ruby Rose, She Is the Truth. She's a rapper. I think I saw her in the show Orange Is the New Black. Very solid performance there. And she was a very compelling, I guess she was a villain in that show, but yeah, certainly a nice set of facial features, Ruby Rose. And Lupita Nyong'o. She's played in Black Panther. Yeah, I do remember her. She was a very strong character in that movie as well. A very beautiful woman, indeed. Most recent crush. Also go to Patroclus. Yeah, of course. I'll always go to Patroclus. Looks like he has something to say.
You mentioned something of your parentage, stranger. I have a question on that subject, if you please.
Ask away.
I please, sir. What's your question? Ask away.
Your father must have records of the dead, so I was wondering if you might do me a favor and look up the whereabouts of someone I once knew.
Gee, I wonder who he might be looking for.
You've done a lot for me. The least I can do is ask around. Who is it that you're looking for?
I seek one called Achilles. Was rather famous once among the living, but among the dead, who knows? I thought he would be here, but he is not.
And yet he's been there all along.
Achilles? I've heard the name before. And, can I ask why you wish to know of him, in case it happens to come up?
It's just, I simply miss him, stranger. That is all.
Very much star-crossed. No, same name, different person. Ruby Rose is a black woman. I guess I had no idea. The more you know. Let's, let me see if I actually recognize her. Ruby with an I, not a Y. Okay. I guess I've never heard any of her music. Certainly a very fetching young American rapper. And clearly, I have heard none of her songs. Again, Old Ales is no longer in tune with pop culture these days. And of course, let me not be reductionist and suggest that that is just pop culture. For the next 5 chambers, restore 30% hearts when you enter a chamber live. And Cyclops Jerky, next 10 encounters, your attack deals 60% more damage. I really don't like it when these are room-based for the number of rooms. I almost feel like Kiss of Sticks is generally a good one to go with. I would probably go with all the other ones if I didn't have a Dead Defiance. Seems like I'm still not at 100%. Let's go with Kiss of Sticks. Boom. Okay, and it's either Aphrodite or Dionysus. But you know what? We're gonna take a quick break here. I haven't taken a single break this entire time, so I definitely got to take care of some business. I will be back in about 5 minutes, folks. If you're so inclined, stay tuned. welcome everyone to the Ales and Fails Twitch stream. We're in hour 2 of our dive out of Hades. I think we've got a pretty good run. We're soon to be facing Theseus and the Minotaur. No doubt to great success, I'm sure. So I decided to get one more drink before I close up the evening. Won't happen for another hour or so, but yeah, I decided to go with something heavier, and unfortunately that is how Ales likes to play it, just go with something a little heavier. This one is an KBS, and it's a cinnamon vanilla cocoa. So kind of an interesting bottle there. It's yellow. It's just got the letters KBS, and the reason why it's I don't know that there's a reason to it, but it very much follows the pattern of like KFC, in that it is a Kentucky-based brand, but for some reason it is abbreviated all the time. So this is Kentucky brand stout. That's what that is. And this one specifically is cinnamon vanilla cocoa, which means that it was infused with cinnamon, vanilla, and cocoa. Go figure. So this is a flavored stout that was barrel aged. And thank you very much, Rio de Lobos. Glad to be back. Glad that I made it. So a stout is a beer that's made with darker malts. They're generally toasted. They generally pour very dark, kind of like oil. They're completely opaque. No light goes through them. They're like black holes. An imperial stout. Whenever you're talking about an imperial beer, you're talking about something a little heavier in terms of alcohol content. I don't know that there's a particular definition. I like to think that anything above 8% or so can be considered imperial, and it is a style that's certainly very prominent in Mother Russia, as they say. Now, as for a barrel aged, that's the process that you do when rather than age your beer in a conventional barrel or keg, you put them in a spirit barrel, specifically being bourbon. And what that does is it allows the stout to actually absorb some of those bourbon flavors into it, and also makes it just a bit more alcoholic. It also just rounds out the taste. It makes it a little sweeter, a little more compelling. I really love my bourbon barrel aged stouts. And that's that. Obviously, this one also has cinnamon, vanilla, and cocoa, and that's only just for flavor notes. Let's see what Untapped has to say on the issue before we actually taste this thing. I know I've had this one before, but I probably logged it incorrectly because I am terrible at logging these things. Let's go and go to... So 12% alcohol by volume, so a mighty 12%. Here's one for the cocoa lovers. KBS Cinnamon Vanilla Cocoa. The sumptuous deep coffee and chocolate flavors of KBS rise to the next level with a swirl of cinnamon and a hint of vanilla to create a sweet, but not too sweet, barrel-aged drinking experience. It's a whole new spin on KBS that's sure to sweeten your spirits. That's an interesting promise, I guess. I don't know that I found anything particularly insightful from that description, but I guess we will be the judge of that. Let's go ahead and open this. And the rare bottle opening during the Ales and Fails Twitch stream. Let's hope that this bottle doesn't give us too much trouble. And there goes my bottle opener. So even from this distance, I can already sense a good, strong vanilla nose and a lot of coffee. That's exactly what I need late at night, coffee. So the bourbon smell is actually quite strong here. Bourbon being the barley spirit that has a lot of corn in it. Certainly good coffee notes. Oh, and I forgot I was in this scene. And kind of like a soilish type. I want to say like an earthy note to it, almost. Certainly, I think it's probably the roast that I'm thinking about more than anything else. I think that's enough on the nose. Let's go ahead. Bang a nail, dear viewer. And so sweet. It's actually quite light, maybe like a 2 out of 5 in terms of body. Very lacy. I want to say creamy. There's definitely some lactose in this particular beer, at least from what I'm tasting here. The bourbon is not very strong. I want to say that the flavor that punches you forward the most is chocolate. I'm not a big chocolate head, I do enjoy my white chocolate though, and that's got me lynched a number of times. But yeah, quite robust for a beer. Very coffee-ish as well. And yeah, I guess that coffee edge does give it some bitterness. So I guess if you're a fan of coffee and chocolate, I guess that's known as mocha. This one's good for you. Maybe some of that creaminess does come from that vanilla. So I like it. It's decent. It's probably something that we need to sip on, because if we drink it very fast, it's gonna pummel us. So let me go ahead and update my ticker over here. I don't think we need to go on a break. We've lost enough time as it is. So let's update that. Let's go ahead and enter an entry here. I want to say this is a solid 3.5. Flavors. For my check-in, flavor says rich and complex. No, flavor says starkly rich and complex as the garbs of primordial chaos. Hashtag Hades. Because if you're going to go that far, you might as well cross-promote. Beautiful. So follow me on Untapped if you so desire. And let's go ahead and get back into the game, shall we? Nobody's here for the ales. But they are here for the ales. Okay, so we just met with Patroclus. We got all of our dead defiances back. And so I was actually just on the break thinking about Elliot Page, and actually the first time I saw them in a movie was Up in the Air, which was this movie with George Clooney. I think I'm gonna go see Dionysus and Artemis. And I don't know if it's the most popular movie, but it really is the story of George Clooney. His thing is he goes around the country flying, and his sole job is to get hired by companies and tell the company employees that they're fired. Like, he has a very charismatic way of telling people that they have been let go or terminated or whatever. But on the side, he also just like gives seminars, and the seminars revolve around the idea of, like, you know what, you have a lot of attachments in life. It's better to travel light, so lose these connections. And for the better half of the movie, it kind of just displays how apt he is at exercising this particular practice, and travel light and not necessarily be attached to anything. And this is why he's able to speak to these people who have lost everything in life when they lose their jobs. But then, of course, by the half point of the movie, he actually meets somebody and makes a connection, and he doesn't want to let go of that, and he finds it inescapable to not want to fight for that connection. So I don't know that it necessarily has strong, like, I mean, I guess it does weigh eventually into the side of like, we should make connections with other people. But at the same time, I did think that it suggested a certain beauty to the idea of traveling light in terms of relationships. Not the life for me, but it certainly is kind of an interesting thought exercise.
Oh, somebody's going to be upset.
Oh, indeed. Any damage you deal has a chance to be critical. That's good. Let's go with that. Pressure points.
It's not that I'm upset or anything here, Zag. You know I'm not. But truthfully, I am a bit annoyed. A little bit. And so I got to send the message, man.
Why must we fight Dio?
Sorry, Dionysus. Looks like I angered him.
Eventually everything becomes best in fog, it seems.
Sorry.
So I'm using his power as well.
What else?
Okay. Wow.
All right. We're cool. No need to get all hot and bothered any longer here.
Thank you, mate. If your heart is low after encounters restore through the threshold, that might be what I need. Take less damage while at 40 hearts or below. Can I get some hearts now? Ah. Alright. I should go with the meter, but the hearts are so tempting. Decisions. Gotta go for it.
It's him.
And
I'm here. I can't stay long, so how about we get this business over with?
I like this fake challenge of
Let's say
yours.
we get this.
That sounds good.
Please kill them all. I hate these guys.
Damn it, let's come back. Just getting warmed up.
These guys. Ah, chariot.
Bloody darkness.
Okay,
We'll leave no trace of this.
no trace at all. Okay.
You stumbled into Dionysus, Zagreus. One of these days I shall prevent his vineyards all from ripening. Put to the test his carefree attitude.
Kindly never do that. I thought she was about to give me a duo. Okay, cast drops of crystal that fire the beam. Okay, any hard effects are more potent. Restore 79 hearts now. After you take damage with them. So this is epic. Let's go with that. Any other bases that I can destroy here?
You never saw me.
That's funny. Oh, then.
What do we have?
So, 10% when you enter a chamber.
Gimme.
I think that's good. And that's always useful. Let's go. Oh.
Well, short one. It seems I must attempt to maim you here so that the king and I might finally stop you at the gates.
You know, you hurt me with this short one business almost as much as with that axe. Why isn't Theseus short one? We're the same height.
Literally.
No. The king is greater. He is the greatest king of Athens. What are you? A willful son of a fickle god. I am beneath your father's notice, and you are beneath the king's. Now fight me.
Alright, if we must.
Cheers for the fight.
Okay.
In the name of Hades.
Your attack is stronger and can deflect. I don't know that I want to replace that. After you take damage, damage foes around you and briefly deflect, so more added revenge damage. I like that. Palm of Power. Is that one of my options? Oh, I see. Sorry, I didn't see that one. I certainly appreciate the suggestion. Messages are coming in too late. I mean, I think there's a natural delay between when I actually stream and when viewers actually see things. I don't know if it's like a heavy delay or anything like that, but I also just have to physically look in the direction of the chat before I actually see anything. So that's on me.
Delicious.
So Drunken Flourish, special inflicts hangover, gets powered up to 2. Dash Strike, that one's always pretty solid, I think. And then of course there's a Frozen Touch, which is a revenge damage. After you take damage, the damage can completely chill your foe. Any thoughts on this one, Rio de Lobos? I think they're all pretty good, to be perfectly honest with you. Gotta love that cinnamon vanilla cocoa. That KBS wow. KBS CVC. Yeah, I was thinking Frozen Touch was the more solid option. No pun intended. Frozen Touch. And 50 gems. I don't think I need this. Power or coin. Let's continue powering up our current passive stuff. Is absolutely nice. Don't have to think too much about it or alter your playstyle. Why did I say altar? Like a wedding altar.
Great shields.
Give me your great shields.
Can't do that.
And so continue to power things up. After any damage you deal has the chance to be critical, and that increases to a 4%. Dash Strike deals even more damage. Might go with that. And my special inflicts hangover. Don't forget to fish. Yeah, I did hear the bell. Fish is very important. Yeah, I'm thinking of the special. All right, let's go ahead and fish. After that setup,
time to fish.
Watch me not do well at this.
Got a bite.
Clam. Excellent. I have heard clams feed upon the memories of those the fallen, giving the river forgetfulness its distinctive quality. Though who first said this to me, I cannot recall. I wonder if you can actually, you know, I'm not a fishing person. I've never actually entertained fishing. But I wonder if people actually do catch clams fishing. I feel like people probably go into the water and like get clams. I think that makes more sense. I don't feel like I have enough money to like, buy anything useful. The irony indeed.
Much better.
Any other faces? No. Alright, let's go see Theseus. Let's put our best foot forward. And so, of course, the name of the game for the first part of the fight is to try and destroy the Minotaur, while at the same time avoiding Theseus' shots, and then once Theseus is alone, to try to best him without necessarily getting destroyed by whatever god helps him. So let's try exactly that.
A challenger? You challenge us to battle, Spawn? Then Asterius and I accept.
Where are you? Oh wow. Seriously, this is just... Wow. Shoot. Down he goes.
That's one champion unseated.
What a nuisance. And at least we've got one Death Defiance. Not too shabby, but we could certainly be in better shape.
Don't make me come up there, boy.
Not making you do anything.
Now that is wild. Alright. Let's see. Should we shop? Should we change our keepsakes? I don't know that we're getting a lot of mileage from this particular... This might give us one more Death Defiance, really. You can do the coin purse. Yeah, I was thinking of ranking this up. Might as well at this point. nice. You know what? I think I'll probably save my coin for. Oh, replenishes 1 use of Death Defiance. That is actually pretty good. Might put us at a better spot.
Worth it.
Alright, so we're actually in pretty solid shape. Let's move forward. But actually, what is this? What time is it? I think that's probably it for us, though.
Almost out of here.
Alright. Now. Yeah, I think that is it for us, folks. Let's go back to intermission. Well, that was a rush. I'm sure when we pick this back up, we will have lost all the skill we garnered this evening, but, you know, it is as they say, waste not, want not. That's not the maxim I was trying to reference. Yeah, I am ending the stream now, but like I said, I'll pick this up exactly where I left off in about 2 weeks. That's kind of the cycle that I do these things. Hopefully you are there as well, Rio de Lobos. Remind me exactly what I was thinking when I was in this run. But yeah, this was a good Thursday. Like I said, I did stream earlier, Radical Dreamers, and that was okay. That was fine. If you're into this sort of nonsense, tune in tomorrow. I do have my bar fight corner, and I'll be playing, what is it? King of Fighters 15, and it's the first time I'm playing this. It's the latest entry in the King of Fighters. It's a 2D fighting game. Maybe I'll set up an online lobby. Who knows? But if this is your stopping point, then thank you for sharing your evening with Old Ales here. Appreciate your time. Thank you for the thoughts. Thank you for the kind comments. And yeah. Well, as I like to say, yeah, thank you for the good run, Ales. Thank you very much for the kind thoughts. Here's hoping that you are saying ooh about the King of Fighters. Yeah, please do. I'm an amateur at it, so it will be amateur hour, as I say. But yeah, as I'd like to say, stay thirsty, Elpac. We'll see you again. I should really have a more direct way of ending the stream. It's always so awkward. Maybe I should do a pause or something. Anyways, good night, everyone.